day that I actually scored 81 was my grandfather's birthday, who had passed away a few years before, and my grandmother, who had never seen me play in the NBA just because her nerves can't take it. She flew out to California, and she came to watch me play for the first time and the only time. And that's just so happened to be the night I scored 81.
What was that like for you with having your grandmother, the first and only time, sitting in the stands watching?
It was really special for me. I mean, my grandmother has always been there for me. We're out of the family, we're probably the most similar in personality. So it was really, really special. I mean, she was one of these grandmothers who, I would play like 8 games a day in the summertime for different summer leagues and stuff like that. And she'd be like, boy, you need to slow down. You're getting too tired. You're exhausted. It's just one of those grandmothers who's really caregiving, and just a caretaker. So for her to be there at the Staples Center to watch me play at this ultimate level after seeing me play for so many years, in high school and summer league was special.
So those 81 points in a single game, second, in history only to Wilt Chamberlain. It should be pointed out, even Michael Jordan only had 69 points in a game, and he needed overtime to get to that point. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 55 points in a game is what he tops out at, and you had that in the second half of that game alone. When you're in the zone like that, how do you know?
Yeah, it's funny. It's a strange feeling because you're in the zone, but you can't afford to allow yourself to know you're in the zone, because once you do, then you lose it. Because being in that moment, it's all about being in that moment and not letting anything else into your mind emotionally or psychologically. And you just continue to go and go and go. And for me as a player, when I get hot, I get blistering hot. And it's something that I just had to kind of keep going and not take my mind and let my focus shift to something else.
What's different about it, though? I mean, when you're in the zone like that relative to an average game?
Oh, it's such a sense of calmness and focus. And it's almost a sense of desperation where nothing else matters. Nothing. Nobody talking to you, not a fan sitting over here, nothing is relevant. The only thing that's important is the moment that you're in. And it's tough to find that space on a consistent basis, but I think that's what makes sports so compelling.
I read somewhere after that game that you said it actually slowed down for you.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, just because of the fact that I was so hot shooting the ball. Now I can pick and choose whatever I did out there on the floor. So it was almost like the defense was at my mercy, and because of that, I could anticipate everything that was going on because I was dictating everything that was going on because I was so hot. And so it kind of gives that feeling that everything slows down.
So that's the story. It's pretty crazy in my opinion. It does remind me of a lot of other stories I've heard of in basketball, but not the NBA, because for me it really reminds. Kobe Bryant was in the NBA. Obviously, it's a lot less emotional since Kobe, he obviously loved his grandfather, but it wasn't the day he passed away. It was just his birthday, and he sadly passed away, which is also, I guess it's sad. But the awesome part about this is for Kobe Bryant to actually have his grandmother there who never watched him play. As you guys heard in the story, his grandmother just never was there to watch him play in the NBA. She was always nervous, couldn't watch him play, and that's a pretty cool story in my opinion. This story right here, it's pretty awesome because Kobe Bryant, we all know, when you say Kobe Bryant, like literally the word Kobe Bryant, most people automatically jump to clutch, dunking ability, Froby, or 81-point game. There's obviously a lot of, you can name other things, championships, Lakers, any other word, but for Kobe Bryant, for me at least, 81 point, that kind of word right there, or 2 words, they come to mind when I think about Kobe Bryant. But obviously we know Kobe Bryant to score 81 points, but now hopefully you know the story which I guess kind of motivated him to really go after the 81 point performance, because obviously, yeah, like I said, 81 is an amazing achievement by any player, but for a guy who played for his grandfather whose birthday it was, for a guy that had his grandmother watching who hadn't watched him before, you knew he was going to put on a show, but did you think he was going to score 81 points? Now, the reason I made this video is because a lot of people know Kobe scored 81. They know who dominated this game. They know he was, the main contributor to a team that was losing to actually win a game that they weren't meant to win. People know that. People know about Lakers versus Toronto, 81 points. But not many people know that the reason behind it, the reason why he ended up scoring 81, because it was a really significant occasion and one of the greatest performances of all time. And that is the main reason he went after the 81-point game, because of his grandmother, because of his grandfather, and I think it's just an awesome story that hopefully you guys now know about that you may have not, because I never knew about this story, so hopefully you guys learned something new. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this story, hopefully you guys can leave a like. Let's aim for 4,000 likes. That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. If you're new around here and you want to hear more stories just like this one, definitely hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot of NBA stories coming out, as well as just NBA content in general, so definitely stay tuned for the NBA content, and let me know down below if you guys knew about this Kobe Bryant story, because I definitely did not know about this story at all, and I think it's one of the best stories ever. I think it's just pretty cool. Like, 81 points is awesome, but the way he did it and the reason behind it, man, I could talk about this forever. And also the Chris Paul story, if you guys want me to make a video on that, if you don't know about it, I can, but I think most of you guys probably do know about it, so let me know. If you do, if you don't, yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. I'm out. Peace.